I never expected an afternoon to explode, when a woman claiming authority stepped forward and changed my son's world forever. Stay with me because this story twists fast and ends with consequences nobody watching will forget, easily for years afterward. That day began quietly as my teenage son biked home unaware. He was about to meet manufactured power face-on. A black SUV rolled. Beside him and a woman flashed a badge, looking official enough to scare any child instantly. She claimed to be law enforcement and demanded identification, accusing him of violating neighborhood rules immediately with false authority confidence. My son froze confused because nothing about her uniform matched anything he'd seen on television before in his young life. She leaned closer, lowering her voice, threatening arrest, while neighbors peeked from windows, uncertain what unfolding situation truly meant here. When my phone rang and I heard his shaking voice, my calm afternoon shattered instantly into panic, fear, urgency mode. I rushed outside expecting misunderstanding, yet confronted theatrical authority designed to dominate children. Through intimidation, lies, posture, costume, bravado tactics, she barked orders, reciting codes, insisting HOA granted her policing powers within our street limits, unlawfully, falsely, brazenly, today publicly. I asked for her name, department, and credentials, and her story immediately began collapsing under simple questions. Calm pressure alone. My son watched learning adults sometimes lie loudly when challenged by truth. Authority symbols, uniforms. Threats crumble fast, publicly exposed. Neighbors gathered, phones raised, recording as her confidence drained second by second, revealing fear beneath bluster and costume bravado cracks. She tried retreating, but the lie had grown legs and witnesses everywhere nearby, watching, documenting, sharing evidence online. Immediately today, police were called, real ones, arriving calm, professional, unimpressed by her performance claim stories. Demeanor, paperwork inconsistencies exposed quickly there. The fake badge confiscated, her excuses evaporated, and authority returned to rightful hands. Through law process, accountability, fairness, transparency restored. My son stood taller, realizing intimidation fails when confronted by facts, courage, community documentation, patience, clarity, support, unity prevail always. This wasn't just about us, but a warning for every family watching false authority. Praise, silence, ignorance, fear, compliance alone. Impersonation seems small until a child is targeted on familiar streets, exploiting trust, safety, routine, assumptions, neighbors, comfort zones everywhere. What happened next changed our neighborhood and ensured accountability followed swiftly. Through reports, charges, records, apologies, lessons, vigilance. Vigilance ahead. I share this so you recognize warning signs before intimidation escalates against youth, families, neighbors, communities everywhere today, worldwide now. Stay focused because the full truth and consequences unfold chapter by chapter, revealing justice, process, outcomes, growth, healing, strength together. The real officers separated everyone calmly and began asking questions while the crowd quieted, sensing truth approaching quickly. They listened carefully to my son, whose voice steadied as facts replaced fear under patient professional guidance. The woman interrupted repeatedly, insisting HOA authority granted enforcement privileges nobody could legally verify anywhere. One officer asked for her badge number and department, and silence answered louder than shouting ever could. Her confidence cracked as she admitted, representing the association, not any police department officially recognized. The officer explained impersonation laws clearly, stating the seriousness of pretending authority, especially toward minors. Neighbors murmured, realizing how easily uniforms and tone can manipulate trust without verification. My son described the threats, arrest, handcuffs, and fines invented to coerce obedience. Hearing it aloud transformed anger into resolve across every listening face nearby. The officers documented statements, recording footage captured by vigilant neighbors seconds earlier. Each replay exposed inconsistencies, from badge placement to terminology real officers never misuse. She attempted justification, claiming community safety. But safety never requires deception or intimidation tactics. The officers issued a citation, explaining potential charges pending investigation review by prosecutors. Her shoulders slumped as power vanished, replaced by accountability, consequences, and public scrutiny. I hugged my son, feeling relief mixed with pride, watching him stand firm. The officers reassured him, explaining his rights and encouraging questions answered respectfully. That conversation mattered, showing authority can protect rather than threaten when exercised lawfully. The HOA representative attempted retreat, but neighbors demanded answers, transparency, and apology. Phones remained raised because documentation ensures truth survives denials later. The officers advised everyone to report similar encounters immediately and verify credentials always. As they departed, calm returned, but awareness lingered, permanently changed. This chapter closes as lessons. Settle and accountability begins its slow, necessary march. Days later, the story spread as footage circulated, prompting broader conversations about power abuse everywhere. Parents messaged, thanking us for speaking up and warning them about similar tactics nearby. The HOA board scheduled an emergency meeting attempting damage control amid growing outrage. I attended with evidence, prepared, determined to protect families from future intimidation attempts. Board members looked uneasy as videos played, revealing the representatives' actions clearly. Excuses surfaced, blaming misunderstanding, stress, and community safety narratives. Nobody accepted. I spoke calmly, emphasizing children's safety, trust, and the legal boundary crossed. My son addressed the room bravely, describing fear and confusion caused by impersonation. His honesty shifted the tone from defensiveness to accountability across the table. The board announced suspension of the representative pending investigation and cooperation with authorities. Applause broke out, relief mixing with anger at the necessity of consequences. Policy changes followed, requiring visible identification training and strict limits on enforcement roles. Community workshops were scheduled, teaching residents how to verify officials confidently. These steps mattered, but the deeper lesson was cultural. Vigilance, shared responsibility. My son gained confidence, realizing his voice helped create change beyond our home. He asked thoughtful questions about law, rights, and ethics during dinner conversations. We discussed how authority should serve people, not dominate through fear. The incident strengthened neighbor bonds as watchfulness replaced complacency. Trust now required verification, a healthy balance protecting everyone involved. This chapter shows how confronting wrongdoing can reshape systems when communities unite. Months later, the legal outcome arrived, reinforcing why speaking up matters deeply. Charges were filed, confirming impersonation carries serious consequences beyond embarrassment. The representative accepted responsibility, issuing a public apology acknowledging harm caused. While apology helped, accountability mattered more, restoring trust gradually. Our neighborhood implemented clear communication channels, preventing unilateral authority claims. Children attended workshops, learning their rights and how to seek help safely. My son volunteers, now mentoring younger kids about confidence and awareness. Watching his growth transforms a frightening memory into purpose. This story resonates because intimidation thrives in silence and ignorance. Exposure, documentation, and calm resistance dismantle false power effectively. If you remember anything, remember to question authority, respectfully verify credentials always. Protecting children requires collective courage, not compliance with threats. Thank you for staying through this journey of fear, accountability, and growth. If you think no one should be intimidated by fake authority, hit that subscribe button, smash the like to support real stories, and comment below what you would have done if this happened to you or your family. Let's make sure everyone knows the truth.